Hi, my name is Binit Parambar. Today I am going to discuss about a share in automation and robotics field. The name of the share is Affordable Automation and Robotics Limited. The company is based upon Pune. As an overview, it was founded by the person called Milan Padole. He was a technocrat. He worked with various automobile giants in India like Mahindra and Tata Motors. He established Affordable in 2005, and within 15 years, they have clients all over India and abroad. In automation field, their main clients is related to automobiles in India. So, in automobile sector, they mainly design and manufacture the body in white lines. If you ask me what is body in white lines, it's a production line of the uh, mobiles in which the body of the automobiles comes without engine and chassis. Like for example, if Mahindra asks affordable automation to fix to create an assembly line for their Scorpio. Mahindra would be telling them that I need a Scorpio for within this seconds and this much Scorpio should come out. Affordable automation creates a plan and they implement according to the plan and the 3D design they create. They make a automation planned according to the design they conceptualized. So in this business, they have more than in related to automobile sectors, they have more than 50% revenue, and in that business, they also do production support. If Mahindra needs production support for initial running and so on, they would give that, and they also do welding services, including in that. The key customers in automobile sectors include Bajaj, Volvo, Magna, and so on. Their next business profile include one-stop parking solutions. It is nothing but automated parking solutions. Um, in those who lives in city and so on, they know how hard it to get a place to park in the congested city. So in those congested cities, the real estate is also expensive. So many real estate holders actually approach companies like Affordable Automation to create a vertical tower for parking for their parking solutions. So a company like Affordable Automation would implement a plan according to it and create a vertical tower for the real estate players. In this business, they have major clients like Lotha, Marvel, Cosmic Group, and so on. They are all real estate players. They also have customers related to government. These the government customers are through the Indian government smart city program. Another line of business related to automation is in general industry. In general industry, they make automated conveyor system for manufacturers. They also automate the warehouses and the storage systems too. Uh, the warehouse automation is a major source of income in general industry because it's an ever a growing industry in present day because the players like Amazon, Flipkart, so e-commerce is much active. So whereas automation is has a strength to grow much larger business in future for affordable automation. They also do welding services for railway, construction machinery, and agro equipment as well. In warehouse automation, they have clients from automotive players, retail, FMCG, e-commerce, food beverages, tiles, glass. When they get a business order from any client, whether it is manufacturer or automobile player or warehouse, they would create a feasibility study, and based upon feasibility study they would simulate in the computer using the simulated software in order to create a 3D design about the tools that they want to create and implement. So based upon the 3D design they create, they would manufacture the tools required for automation. They would try out the automation tools, and they would install and they would commission the tools. Once they commission the plant and tools, they would issue a standard operating practices for the manufacturer or automobile company, and further they would also support with the production support. When we look at the revenue chart of affordable automation, how the revenue is coming, in the like I said previously, the main major part of the revenue is coming from uh, automation, which might in which automobile comes as a major part. So around 80% is coming from automation, and 20% of the business is coming from multi-level parking. In actually in 2019, if you see the business of automated car parking services has actually decreased from 39 crores to 21 crores, but at the same time the automation business has jumped from 57 crores, from 57 crores to 81 crores. They also in 2020 they have export revenues too. They also have revenues from sales of the scrap. They have a subsidiary called ARAPL, Intelligent Equipment Shanghai Company Limited, for marketing of their products. In 2018, they have listed in BSC under SME platform. They were small and medium enterprise. They they also bet on parking automation in smart cities by Indian government. In that, they lost a contract in Andhra, and they had losses associated with it. They lost around around 4 crores, which is actually high for a small cap company. While we make an industry analysis about the automation, it's a high growth area. The industry is about to grow at a constant pace or much larger pace than other industries in coming future, which is so its contribution related to industry 4 or is very high. So internet of things, industrial automations, robotics, everything works together in future to create industry 4. It's currently also it's running, but in future um, the impacts would be much higher. In US also, the experts has said that in 2033 47% of all jobs would be automated. So the potential of the this company in this industry would be high. So affordable automation has a large scope to grow in future. When we look at the promoter, I mean shareholding pattern, the good thing is they have no share pledge, and the promoter holding has been almost has been same from 2018 to 2020, and it's lying around 61 percentage. Both promoters, Milan Padole and Manohar Padole, both uh, have around 30 percentage stake in the company. And another interesting fact is Vijay KDF holds around 10 percentage, near to 11 percentage in this share. So Vijay KDF being a superstar investor, this share got a lot of traction. So it's also reflected in the price of the share. Domestic institutions actually decrease, institutional players actually decreased their shareholding slightly in September 2020, but it almost the same. Right now I am moving on to financial evaluation. I would be using these mainly three kinds of ratios: return ratios, solvency ratio, and valuation ratios, in order to further explain about the stocks. Return ratio is mainly about how much profit the company is making, how much revenue the company is making, uh, how much money is going for individual shares, and these details. So next one is solvency ratio. Solvency ratio is mostly about the risk associated with the debt the company have, and valuation ratio is mostly about mm, whether the as an investor, whether you should invest into this stock, or whether the company is undervalued, or whether the company is mm, higher valued, or these things I would evaluate. This single slide gives you a lot of information. In this slide, affordable robotics and automation have a market capitalization of 108 crores, and its current price is 106. It went up to 19.6 rupee in May, and it actually jumped back from its 54 week low to 106 rupees. So it just means that the company is performing very well later, even though the corona pandemic has affected the business. Still, this business is doing well. If you see the stock price to earning ratio, it's at 35.3%, which is very high. When you see the EPS is only 3 rupees 2 paise, it is stock, uh, it is 35.3 3 multiples of 3 rupees EPS of the share. And if you consider price to book value also, it's the stock is expensive. Price to book value is only 2.19, 2 rupee 19 paise. uh, the book value is only 48.5, but the current market uh, book value per share is rupees 48.5 cent 5 paise. But if you see the current market price, it is 106 rupees, which is the double of the book value of the share. And in the recent quarter, they have a sales growth of 4.8 percentage, and the profit has degrowth of minus 46.4 percentage, which is not good. And the sales, they had sales of around 102 crores, in which operating margin was 7.62 percentage, and they had PAT of 3 crores. The debt to equity ratio is at 0.49, which is good. Now I'm focusing on return ratios. Return ratio is mainly about the how much how much the returns the company, how much the company is performing. If you see the total revenue has been steadily increasing from March 2013 to March 2020. So it improved from 17.27 crores in March 2013 to 87 crores in 2020. So steady increase. While you look at the net annual profit growth, it actually steadily increased, but a slight decrease in March 2015. But from March 2018, while it get listed in stock market, the profit annual profit has come down. There might be a reason for it. We will find it out. So we can find the same reason here. In March, actually, if you see the expenses have jumped from 34 crores in 2017 to 94 crores in 2020, which is about the expenses have actually doubled. If I When I minimize the expenses section, I can see that the manufacturing cost of the two automation tools have jumped, and so the operating margin also came down. And sales growth, 2018 it had grown 76.47 percentage. In 2020 it is only 4 percentage. But you know that when company becomes larger, the profit the sales growth will be much slower. So I don't see much negative in it. The EPS growth also came down from 31 percentage to 3%, 31 rupee to 3 rupee, which is a large tip actually. Return on equity also steadily decreased over years. Steadily decreased. If you see 2017, it had a return on equity of 53.19 percentage, while in 2020 it is only 6.21 percentage. The reason might be mm, to but there could be reasons related to expenses or something like that. EPS also, earning per share also actually come down from 31.74 to 3 rupee. I discussed in previous slides, in profit and loss statement itself, that the EPS came down over years. So EPS, for decreasing EPS, the increase in expenses actually plays a big role, because when the expenses grow, it's profit per share. EPS is mainly profit per share. So the profit has come down, which means that EPS also came down. Return on assets. Return on assets has been improving from 2017 to 2018, but later it come down to, in May 2020 it's only 2.67 percentage. That's how the stock has actually went to its 52-week low, but currently the stock is at 52-week high. The reason might be the company might be performing very well, but we don't know, because the quarter results having results released yet. ROC is mainly used for highly capital intensive firms, and something in utility or power, something like that. But we can also just look at it. ROCE also decreased over years from March 2017, from 67 to March 2020, 9.48. We move to solvency ratio in order to find out whether any risk for the affordable automation related to their duct. Long-term equity ratio was uh, standing around 0.25 percentage, which is very good. And actually the long-term debt to equity ratio come down to 0.19 percentage, which is very good. I mean anything below 1 is very good, but this is which means that the company has doesn't have much problem related to debt. It has also have a decent interest coverage ratio. It was much better in 2017. It come down in 2020, but still ideal. It has a debt of 25 crores, but it has a total reserve cash holding of 39 crores, which means that company is actually debt free. The CRISIL ratings are very good, and according to their CRISIL website, the interest coverage ratio of the company is 5.12 percentage, and adjusted debt to adjusted net worth is 0.46, which is very ideal as debt risk is concerned. Now we are moving on to valuation ratios, which is about whether you should invest into this company based upon the valuation reflected on the present market price of the company. The book value is at 48.54 in March 2025. The book value actually come down, decreased. It was very low when it was listed, but actually rebounds from there. Past 2 years, the book value has been improving, so it's good, but I don't know how the book value has come down from March 2017. The price to when you consider price to earning and price to book value, previously also I have discussed that price to earning ratio is very high at 35.3, which means that the EPS it is getting is 3 rupees, and the present value of its share is 106. So EPS multiplied by 35.3 gives you the current market price, which is high. Price to book value at 2.3 is also high, because the book value is around 48 crores, and market capital the 48 rupees per share, and the price of the share is 106, so almost double. I'm going on to SWOT analysis, peer analysis, price patterns, and give my insights. Our strength, it's a low debt company. The book I had discussed that book valuation has been improving in the last 2 years. There is no promoter pledge, and the best thing about this company is it's in high growth industry. So expect the company to perform better in the future. The weakness is all the return ratios are actually not performing very well. They're okay, but not to the extent. So ROCE, return on capital employed, return on equity, return on assets, everything has been declining. Net cash and annual net profit also has been decreasing. The opportunity sector, uh, about the opportunity is the insider also by the improved their shareholding in the company, and the Vijay KD also, I think Vijay KD also raised stake in in this stock. So this is the main opportunity factor that we are seeing right now. So, and another fact is it went up to 19 rupees in 20. From that point, it has the stock has actually rebounded. So these are the opportunities I am saying. Related to threads, previously also I have said it's highly expensive valuations. The stock is overpriced, even though company is very good. And there has been even though it's an expensive valuation, there is declining profitability also. We can also see declining profitability in past 2 years. Related to peer comparison, in market capitalization it stands at 42nd rank. uh, Many of the major market players is MNCs. uh, I mean, not domestic MNCs, foreign MNCs like Cummins, Schaeffler, Timken. Everything is foreign MNCs because robotics and automation are mainly prevailed in China and the West. So Western companies are more active in India too. And in price to book value, I was surprised that Cummins and Schaeffler actually underpriced than affordable robotics. But still, in price to book comparison, it is actually undervalued than other stocks. It's at 100 rank. In May 2020, it went up to 20 rupees. From there, the stock has actually jumped up. If you look at the price pattern, in 2019, 19 up to 2000 mid 19, the price has actually uh, was stable at near to 100. From there, it has actually decreased down in 2020 due to um corona pandemic and so on. Might be reason it went up to its lowest level at 20 rupees. But it's uh, it's surprising that within an year it actually uh, jumped back to its previous level. So currently the stock price is little bit expensive, but we may not know how high it will go. It might, if it performs well, very well, it can go higher up than this. Related to my insights, I always feel that the stock price is actually overvalued because book value is more than double book value of the share. And P ratio is also at 35.3, when the industry P is only at 27.9. So definitely the stock is overvalued. But given the overvalued fact, it's a good company, good management, and high growth industry. So I always say that you can buy on dips. uh, Normal disclaimer that I'm not an appropriately licensed portfolio manager. It's your discretion to have your own portfolio and make your own decision. I always welcome your views and give out comments about this video. I also interested in knowing whether you would be interested in buying or not. So comment below. Thank you. Have a nice day.